we can see people. Okay. All right. Still coming in. Hi, welcome. Yeah, there's lots of space up here on the platform, and there's still a little bit of space in here. Unless you want to be on the grass, that's totally cool. Okay, let's step to the back of the mat. Open your feet up to the width of the mat. Soften your knees and take your first forward fold. Let your head down. So the knees are soft, the head is down. You can move a little bit here. Sometimes bending one knee over the other knee, swaying a little side to side in the hips or in the head and shoulders, letting the spine kind of dangle or move like a pendulum. I'm glad to see you. I missed you yesterday. Yeah. And then we'll find the center. And then bend the knees a little bit more. And if you would, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, pull in your belly. And let's start to rise really slowly. Feel the muscles organizing the bones. Take your time. Let this be a moment where you pay attention. Good. Lift and roll your shoulders back. Okay. Inhale. Both arms reach. Exhale. Arms by your sides. See if you can time it so that as you inhale, the arms rise. And then as you exhale, the arms come back down. It's just breathing and moving. And that's what we're going to do for the whole hour. Inhale. Arms reach. We'll move in different ways. You won't just stay here and do this. Yeah. But I want you to get the timing. So on this one, inhale, reach up. On your exhale, fold over. So there's breath and movement. Yeah. Lift halfway on the in-breath. And then walk out to plank on the exhale. So breathing and moving. Inhale here in plank. And then exhale, lower down onto your belly. Inhale into cobra. It's a little baby back bend. And then exhale, release your chest and go all the way back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. And so when your body's in this upside down V shape, we want to make sure that we're using our legs well. The legs help pull the pose back. So we want to use the quadriceps. Feel the strength of the legs. We want to open up a little bit in the back of the hamstrings and the knees. Make big handprints and give a little push from your hands. That's it. Let's take one more breath here. So we inhale and push back. And then exhale, look forward and walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Good. Lift halfway. Inhale. Come on in. Anywhere is fine. Left, exhale, fold. And then inhale, rise with a flat back. So got lots of people coming in. Hands come to heart center. It's amazing what happens in the last 5 minutes, right? Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Lift halfway. Fold again on the exhale. And then rise all the way to standing. Reach the arms high to the sky. I wish you all a decent Pesach, right? Yeah. Our friends at the Chabad. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's soften the knees and touch our hands down. And then take a step back with the right foot. A big lunge. Stay on the right toes. And then root the right hand down and take a twist open to the left side. So we've been bending forward and back and arching the back and like warming up the larger muscles. But this is our first spinal twist. So just kind of feel it happening in your spine. Pull the belly in toward the spine for support so you can push down into your right hand and open the left chest. That's it. Take one more breath here. And on the exhale, simply put your hand back down. Let's step back to downward facing dog. So one big step back. We'll stick all those goodies in between. Let the head down as the hips rise. And we breathe. And again, that idea of moving and breathing, syncing that up. Let's inhale and push back. And then exhale, look forward and walk our feet to the top of the mat. Lift halfway on the inhale, and then fold deeply on the exhale. Let's bend our knees, sink our hips, and come into chair pose on the inhale. Good. Now push through your feet. Let's come all the way up. And bring the hands right to the heart. So nice. Inhale, reach again. As you exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the inhale. And then soften your knees so you can touch down. Take that big step back with the left foot. It's a big lunge toward the back of the mat, staying on the toes. And then left hand roots, and we twist open to the right side. That's it. Again, a little support for the spine. Belly draws in, chest turns open to the right. And if you root down a little more with your left hand, you might be able to open that right chest just a little more. Good, I like what I see. There seems to be a mindfulness about our movement. Even when the poses are held for a few breaths, you've got to keep that breath moving. That is the energy body. We want to make sure we're keeping that life force energy moving through all of your body. Last breath here, and then look down, put your hand down. We'll step into plank. This time we lower. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Let's walk our hands back to our feet. We're going to come into another twist. Knees are soft. And then as you look up, bend the knees a little more so your body and your hips become parallel with the ground. We call it half chair. Bend the knees about 90 degrees, flatten the back and reach forward. And then press your palms together. Bring your hands right into the heart and then tuck your right elbow inside your right knee. That's it. So the feet are hip distance apart here. Open your feet up a little bit. Right elbow inside right knee. Think about that. Right elbow in. That's it. It's perfect. You can exalt your arms here if you want to expand from the chest. And then it might even feel nice to straighten your left leg. That's it. Let's add a half bind. Take that left arm, wrap it behind the back. Use it well. Use your hand in your body to activate a little behind the shoulder blade and open that chest just a little more. Beautiful. And then go ahead and let it go. Eyes go down, hands go down. Let's roll up like a rag doll. Yep, coming out of the legs, straightening the spine, holding the head high. So good. Inhale, both arms reach. And then exhale, fold right back in. Let the knees soften. And on the inhale, as you look up, bend the knees even deeper. As you reach forward, your hips pull back. And then press the hands together, pull them into the heart. And we tuck the left elbow inside the left knee. Feel the knee push into the arm and the arm push into the leg. Yeah, so there's a feeling of like a lock there, which allows you to exalt with some purpose. Reach the arm, one up to the sky, one down to the earth. And then the right leg starts to straighten. Nice. And you could add that half bind. Just the right arm wrapping around. Breathing deeply. Draw the head up and out toward the center. Very nice work, everyone. Breath should be steady. Softness in the face. And then the eyes go down. We release the arms, soften both knees, and roll yourself up like a rag doll. Take your time. Belly is in. You're always toning in the core and inside the pelvis. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift halfway, look forward. Let's walk the hands out to plank. Nicely done. Lower down all the way. Inhale for cobra. Be gentle with your spine. Up dog is okay too. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Nice. And again, when the poses stop moving, the breath keeps moving. Really, really important. So the entire time that we are here on the mat, it's a breath exercise. And all we're trying to do is commit to the breath and try to match the movements to the breathing. sometimes we have a misconception and we think it's about the movements and then we try to match the breath. But right now, inhale, push back a little, enhance your pose, and on the exhale, look forward. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Then as you inhale, you lift halfway, and as you exhale, you fold. On your inhale, you'll take chair pose again. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms. As you exhale, come all the way up to standing and pull your hands right to your heart. Nice. Inhale, reach again. Let's stay right here. Hook the thumbs together and spread all the fingers apart for a little stretch to the right. Just open up the left side of your body. Do it mindfully. Feel the space between the ribs. Feel the length that you're creating. Let your hips even move out a little bit to the left side. And then rise on the inhale. Switch your thumbs and go over to the left. Equal opportunity to feel the side body on the right. Tailbone draws down, chest stays forward. And we're just breathing, right? Breathing, stretching, moving. On the inhale, return to center. Let your arms come down on the exhalation. So good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Fold in, Uttanasana. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. So this is what we call a vinyasa, or when I say take a flow, we move through this little sequence. Inhaling through the back bend, and then exhaling all the way back to downward facing dog. All right, right foot steps up, left foot turns flat. Warrior one. I want you to feel an equal amount of work in the front leg and the back leg. And of course, because we're holding the pose, we're not holding the breath. Right? And sometimes we just need a reminder because we get wrapped up in what we're supposed to do in our body. And so today, it is a breath movement. A breath practice. And all the poses are a bonus. Bend the front knee a little bit. See if you can turn your body to face forward a little bit more. And as you turn your body forward, push the left foot into the ground. Create space in the left side body. And one leg is bending, but the other one is straightening. And so you feel two different things happening. There's energetic, balanced actions that are happening every moment. And so this is where the yoga grabs our attention. It gets us away from our to-do list, and it gets us right here in this park, on this mat, in our bodies, breathing. Let's take one more breath. Reach up like you mean it, and then exhale, take a flow. Hands down, step back lightly, lower slowly, empty all the air. And then breathe in as you take that sweet little back bend. Exhale all of your air as you go back to downward facing dog. All right, beautifully done. Left foot steps up, right foot turns flat. Warrior one, you know you have time here. We want to develop the pose. And so we continue breathing, and we check in with our breath. And I believe that within the space of every breath, you have time to pay attention to what you might be able to do with your body. Can you feel both feet working? Do both legs have a purpose? The back one is straight, the front one is bending. They do it equally. As you push that right foot back and you turn the body to face forward, maybe the chest plate turns a little more forward, maybe the hip draws a little more forward. It's going to need some tension. And so how can you be in relationship with that tension? I promise you every breath that you take will help soften the tension. Some of you could use to lean back just a touch. Let's take one more breath, reach a little higher, and then exhale, take your flow. Hands down. Step back lightly, lower nice and slow. Inhale for cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. So good. Okay, breathe in deeply. Let's all breathe in and push back one more time. And then on the exhale, look forward. Let's walk our feet up to the top of the mat. Good, lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply on the exhale. This time we'll just rise with a flat back. Lift the head and chest, start to reach the arms up. And then bring your hands to heart center and we'll hold right here. Trust your left leg, root it down into the mat. And then lift the right knee up into your belly. So we push down and we pull up. You can feel two different things happening, just like in the lunges. Just try it. See if you can hold your balance for even a moment. Eyes are focused, belly is drawn up and in, so the inner body feels firm, the outer body feels soft. See if you can find that. And then just put your foot down. And we do the same on the other side. Cessation of the fluctuations of the mind. Chitta vritti narodaha. That is yoga. Feel the push and the pull. And then go ahead and put it down. Alright, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the in-breath. Fold again, please, on the exhale. And then bend both knees, sink your hips. Let's come into chair pose. So now here in chair pose, can we do the same balancing work? Push the left foot into the ground, pull the right knee to the chest. Your brain needs a second to put that together, but once you do, it's amazing, right? You can feel almost the synapses closing, right? Those gaps closing. Now, sit a little bit deeper, pull the knee a little higher, and cross the right leg over the left leg. So go knee over knee, and then sit down until you feel your right toe touch the mat. There you go. Now fold your chest down a little bit and sweep your arms back behind you. Let's hold there for a moment. I want you to feel the integration of your legs. Left one pushing up, right one pushing down. And maybe as you're breathing here in this pose, maybe you could pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Okay, on your inhale, the arms sweep, the right knee rises, and we come back up into balance. A little change in the physics with the arms up. Hold there for just a moment. And then we're going to time it so the foot touches down the same time the hands return to your sides. Very nice. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Just fold in deeply. Lift halfway on the inhale. Fold again on the exhale. All right. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Chair pose. So we're just going to play the same game here. Root down into the right. See if you can lift your left knee. When you're on the grass, it's a little bit more challenging. I'll give you guys that. And we're going to see if we can sit a little lower, but lift that left leg a little higher, and then cross it over knee. See if you can sit low enough to get the left toes to touch the mat. That's it. And then sweep your arms behind you, come to a flat back. Gaze a little bit forward. I know that we're going to hold this for a little while, so the one thing you really have to focus on is your breath. And within the space of each breath, you are creating an opportunity to make micro movements and adjustments to make the pose a little bit easier. What we're going for is steady and effortless. Find the balanced actions. We're not trying to make the poses harder. We're actually trying to make them feel in union. Now, when we have that sense of union, coming out feels easy. The arms sweep. The left leg rises to the chest. We reach up high to the sky and we hold. And we might have to steady ourselves because we're on a big rock moving around in space, right? Thank God for gravity that keeps our feet on the ground. That's it. And then see if you can time it. Bring it down nice and slow. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Nicely done. Inhale for cobra, a gentle back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. So we're going to make sure that we're breathing and we enhance the work here, right? Hips high, head low, legs strong behind you. Yeah, there you go, Pam. I saw that. Take a deep breath. And then we're going to exhale and bring our hands to our feet. So we walk to the back of the mat. See if we can do it with some grace. Keep that belly lifted so you're light when you walk. And then go ahead, bend your knees, sink your hips, half chair. So bringing a little juice into the legs, right? Sit back as far as you can, reach forward and see if you can get down low. Lower the chest over the knees. Your body is parallel to the ground. You want to feel like your hips are going back and your head is going forward. Yeah, you guys look amazing here. Now sweep the arms behind you. Keep looking forward and then lift your heels off the mat. This is where the sweat starts to drip a little. You're in the sun anyway, right? Yeah, bend the toes. Stabilize from the inside. Firmness in the inner body, softness in the outer body, breath constant. And then the heels go down, the arms sweep up. Let's come all the way to standing. Reach. Even take a little stretch at the top to lengthen the front of the hips. And then the hands come right to the heart. How are we doing? You guys okay? Yeah, we're clapping. Okay, we're okay. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. All right, so let your fingertips come down onto the mat and let them be a little bit forward of your feet. And then see if you can lift your right leg behind you. Try not to lift it too high. Just find your balance. That's it. We want to make that right leg active behind us. And then start looking a little bit forward. Good. Can you bring your hands to heart center? All right, here's a nice challenge. Come to standing, bring your feet together. Beautifully done. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Let your fingertips touch down, look up a little, and then lift your left leg behind you. Stay active in the left leg. Try not to get the left hip too high. That's it. And then we bring our hands to heart center. Don't rush. Get the balance first before your hands should be on the ground until you feel your balance. Then you pick the hands up, and then we pull in from the insides. We draw ourselves all the way to standing. Bring the feet together. Yeah? Beautiful. Arms reach, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You guys are giving me a lot of information. Inhale, look up, lengthen, and then walk out into plank. That's nice. Lower down nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, take it right back into downward facing dog. And then I'd like you to come into your first high crescent lunge. Right foot steps up, stay on your left toes. Let's come on up. Arms reach high to the sky. Good. Let's bring the hands right into heart center. And then press into the right leg and float your left one behind you. It's similar to what you were just doing, but just a different approach. You got it. Now, extend both arms forward. Reach. As your arms reach forward, extend a little more through your left leg behind you. Okay, here's a gift. Fingertips down to the floor. That's it. Now I want you to bend both knees and tuck your left knee behind your right knee. Squeeze them into each other. The foot is still off the ground. Squeeze the knees into each other. Now can you look forward? And can you bring your hands to heart center? Yeah. That's it. Trust yourself. And then release your hands down. Go ahead and take a big step back into a lunge. Return to high crescent lunge with a big inhale. Arms reach high. Yeah, exhale, take a flow. Back to what you know. Back to the rhythm of your breath. I like how we're all kind of doing it at our own pace. Everybody's making up their own variations. And then we meet in downward facing dog. Why is the mood of the park changing? So is that too hard? Let's go ahead and take a step with the left foot. Stay on the right toes. Stay with your breath. Prioritize. All right, simple high crescent lunge. Left leg is forward. The hands come to the heart. We're going to lean into the left leg and just float the right leg behind. All right, we've already touched this. Then we're going to extend the arms forward. Just breathing, extending, reaching. And then the gift, the hands come down. We're going to soften both knees, tuck that right knee behind the left knee. Squeeze the legs into each other and then see if you can bring your hands back to the heart. And then our exit is right foot stepping to the back of the mat. Arms rising back up into your high crescent. And you're set up perfectly to take a vinyasa. So the hands come down. You step back lightly. You lower slowly, empty your lungs. And then breathe in big as you take the back bend. And then we empty again as we go back to down dog. I'm going to leave that alone for a second. Take a deep breath here. Walk your hands back to your feet. Feet are hip distance apart. Go ahead, bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms forward. Make sure those knees are apart. Sit those hips back. And then push through both feet. Come all the way up. Reach for the sky. Good. And then let's bring the hands to the heart. Okay. Standing on the left leg, lift the right knee up to the belly. Try to keep this simple. We push down and we reach up with the legs. Now we're going to take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Hold gently, but then push the knee into the hand and the hand into the knee and create your lock. And then start to open the right arm all the way, reach behind you, but keep looking forward. See if you can create a spinal twist, but keep your balance. The belly draws to the spine. Remember, inner body feels firm, but the outer body feels soft. And if you want to challenge your balance, you take your gaze and you look back at the right thumb. And that's optional, you don't have to do that. And then the eyes come forward, the hand comes forward, and we just put it down, no drama there. Good, let's switch to the other side. Root into the right, lift up the left. See if you can do it standing tall. Hands can be at the heart center. Find that focus, keep your breath forefront of your mind. And then we just reach across. Right hand goes to the outside of the left knee. We create the lock, and then we start to turn the body. We start to twist, but keep the gaze forward. Make the rotation of the spine your priority here. And once you have your balance, if you want to challenge the balance, you change your focal point. And then the eyes come forward, the hand comes forward, and we just gently put it down. Nice. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Let's go to the plank. Walk it forward. Lower yourself down nice and slow. Inhale for cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Right foot steps up, stay on your left toes. High crescent lunge, nice and simple. Try to keep it simple. And then open the arms like a T. We're going to twist to the right. So again, staying upright. We're just working that nice deep heat that we get from the obliques. You got to pay attention to both feet and both legs. And then you got to reach out equally with both arms. Some of you could do a little more work with the right arm. Open the right chest. Reach into the space behind you. Very nice. And then in slow motion, go ahead and sweep the arms forward and up. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Let's lean into the right leg and float the left one behind. And then release your fingertips down to the floor. All feels quite familiar. Now the left hand stays on the ground. Let's twist open to the right side. Got it. You can use your fingertips if reaching all the way to the mat is too far. Some of you bring blocks with you. This would be a perfect time to use them. Sometimes a water bottle can be great if it's sturdy. And then the eyes come down, the hands come down. down. Let's just bring our feet back together at the top of the mat. Soften your knees and come into a little baby squat. Lift the heels, round your body a little bit. The tailbone tucks, the chin tucks. You can treat this almost like a child's pose on your toes. You can let your hands down to the ground, round your spine a little bit. Yeah. All right, so on the inhale, we lift the head. We start to bring our hands to heart center. We're going to push down strongly through the legs, and we're going to stop halfway in chair pose. So just hold right there. Ooh, it's so good. And then come all the way through, stretched high and tall and long. And then bring your hands right into the heart. Okay, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. You're doing such a good job. Stay with the breath. Lift halfway on your inhale. We go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Lower it down, and then inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And like we've done before, we step up. Left foot steps up, stay on your right toes, and then we'll come on up. That's our high crescent lunge. We draw the hands into heart center. We really find our center, we find our breath. Then we trust the left leg, we lean into it, and we float the right leg behind. Remember that? We hold that for just a moment. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, put your foot back down. Yeah, because otherwise you're going to be too fatigued. Open the arms out like a T, and we do our water wheel to the left side. So we got our OCD front row over here that helps me with mine, right? Yeah. So remember that we're reaching with the left just as much as the right. And we're working the right leg and the left leg at the same amount of energy. And then we work the most from the interior, right? A little bit of firmness in the inner body, a little softness in the outer body, so you can feel your breath moving. That's it. And then we turn and face forward, arms come high. As you draw them into the heart, now we come to balance on the left leg. And then remember that gift of a moment where we get to put our hands down. This is where we get to realize that sometimes the right leg is too high. And we want to try to make our hips the same height. And then we root down into the right hand and start twisting open to the left side. That's twisting half moon. That is a quite complex pose. I don't usually offer things with this much complexity when the group is this big, but I feel like you've got it today. I love the variations that you're doing to make it happen. Then the eyes come down, the hand comes down. Bring your feet together, and then bend your knees and come on down into that little baby squat. Yeah. Now in this baby squat, the first one was to round and release the spine. This one we're going to stay balanced on the toes, bring the hands to heart center. Now can you take your left elbow outside your right knee and create a little twist here. It's nice and low to the ground. See if you can get the inner workings of the twist. Belly button to the spine. The heels are up and you're balancing on your toes. So you're way down in that spot. And then simply return to center and take it around to the other side. It's interesting how those fluctuations feel different in the toes and the ankles when you're this low. But we're still working. I lost my mic. Working from the inside. Return to center. And then come to chair pose. Sink the heels, reach the arms, hold. Find your breath. And then push through those feet, come up. It feels so good. Hands come to the heart. All right, how are we doing? We okay? Amazing. Let's take a flow. Arms reach. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. That wasn't actually the most enthusiastic response. Lift and lengthen. Let's go to plank and lower. Let's see how we feel after we come back to ourselves. Back to our rhythm, back to our breath. Cobra on the inhale, down dog on the exhale. Let go and let go. Okay. Let go. Take a few breaths here. This is an attitude adjustment moment. We are healthy, we are breathing, we are moving. We are together. This is a good moment. Okay. Go ahead and walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Lift halfway. Inhale. Fold deeply. Exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips. This will be our last little combination. Chair pose. As you're sitting into your chair pose, lift your right knee up high to your chest and bring your hands to your heart. Like we did early in the practice, cross it over. Yep, cross it over and then sit back. Take the arms behind your back. See if you can get low. Don't be afraid to feel into the outer hips. Good. Stay nice and low. Hands to heart center. Can you twist left elbow outside right knee? Oh, beautiful. So we want to find the grace here. Integrate the legs. Find the work of the twist. And then nice and slow, return to center. Come to standing and lift that right knee back up to the chest. Come on high. Reach high to the sky. Steady yourself. And then like we did nice and early in the practice, we just time it so that there's some grace. Again, inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Breathing and moving, that's all we're doing. Lift halfway. Fold again, exhale. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Here's your chair. Don't be so fierce about the pose. Stay focused on the breath. Left knee rises. We take it high enough to cross it over. We sit low enough to get that toe to the ground so that we feel steady, and then sweep your arms back, get your chest low. Good. I want you to stay nice and low. Bring the hands to the heart, and then take your twist to the left. Right elbow outside the knee. This is beautiful, you guys. Just putting all the pieces together. The brain and the body are in cooperation. We return to center, and as we rise, left knee comes up. Take your time, that's strength. We get it from the grace. And then nice and easy, we put it all down. Okay, inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Let's stay here for just a moment. Let your head go. Soften your knees. Give yourself this moment. A reintegration moment. Okay. Let's put our fingertips on the floor a little bit in front of us. And then float that right leg up behind us. Now the standing leg is going to bend, and you're going to tuck the right knee behind the left knee. Coming back to what we did earlier, knee behind knee. The back foot is still in the air, and the legs are integrating. All right, now our hands come to heart center. See if you can take your gaze a little bit forward. Now here comes your challenge. Can we take this into a spinal twist? Right elbow outside left knee. Or you could put right hand down on the ground and twist open, whatever you need. Challenge your balance by tucking the elbow outside the knee, Or steady your balance by putting the hand down. Oh, I love what I see. Go ahead, release both hands back down. Release both feet together, just so you have a sense of humor. Yeah. So you don't get too serious about it. Hover there for a second. Relax. Feet are a little bit apart. Head is down. Breathe. Right? You're experiencing your body. And then we'll leave our hands on the ground and just start to float the left leg up behind. And it's nice how you can use your hands and you can actually take the time to balance the action of the legs. Then both knees soften and we integrate. Left knee behind right knee. Look forward. Flatten the back. This is where we start to get the balance. You feel the legs integrate, then you bring your hands to heart center. And then just contemplate for a second. Do you think you can get your elbow outside your knee? That would be left elbow outside right knee. Yes, some of you are doing it. And some of you are opting to put the left hand down so you can keep the integrity of the pose and still get your spinal twist. I love it that we're all doing what we need to do here. And then the eyes go down, the hands go down. Just simply put your feet back together. Good. Let's roll up like a rag doll. And as you roll up, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. As you roll your shoulders back, breathe out. Good. Let's step our feet apart. And just nice and easy, take a deep squat right here on the mat. Let the hips open up. Oh, it's time to open the hips. We've been crisscrossing the legs. We've been tightening the groins and the inner thighs, squeezing and integrating. It feels really nice to open them. Get the elbows inside the knees. Start to push open a little wider. That's it. You could even push so much so that your hands expand out to the ground. Inside the arms are inside the knees, and they're pressing and reaching out wide past your feet. Yeah, and then we bring the hands back to center and we slowly straighten our legs, turn the feet to face forward, and then soften your knees and roll up nice and easy. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Let's soften our knees and just turn to the left and take a little step out so you can be on the long edge of the mat, facing the side. And I want you to turn your toes in and your heels wide and place your hands on your hips. Inhale, lift the chest, and then exhale, fold halfway. See if you can get your feet and your legs to be a little more active. The arches of the feet lift, the quadriceps, the front of your thighs lift. That's it. And then keeping the hands on the hips, make sure there's no rounding in your back. See if you can feel the collarbones pull forward. Yes. And then just gently bend the right knee. Watch what happens on the inside of your left leg. Keep your head up. Belly in. That's it. And then up and over to the other side. Beautiful. Both feet stay grounded. And then we'll come back to center and rise on an inhalation. Simply turn your toes out. Bend your knees. So the knees bend to whatever degree is available to you, right? So our feet are a little wide, our knees are bent. We're coming into goddess pose, right? Or a double warrior pose. This is counter work, and we're going to do a little core work while we're here. So we've been contracting in the obliques. Now we're going to open up the obliques. Let's take the arms up, bend the elbows 90 degrees, like goalpost arms. We call this goddess pose. Then can you sink in just a little lower? Yeah. Now imagine bending to the right so that your right elbow touches your right leg. There it is. Are you still breathing? Belly is still drawn in to support the spine. And then nice and easy, gracefully come back to center and take it over to the other side. Left elbow toward the left leg. Feel the work inside your body. Inner body toned, outer body soft. Breathing. Let's rise back up to center. Straighten your legs, reach your arms high in the sky, and then pull your hands to heart center. Good. Turn your heels back out. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway on the inhale, and then start walking your hands to the front of the mat. And as you turn your feet. Right here, we step back into plank. And then we lower. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's come into a seated position, but let's purposefully bring both feet forward. We're going to come into Baddha Konasana. Our feet together and our knees open like butterfly wings, right? So we come to seated. And then just let your hands rest in your lap or on your ankles and sit up tall for a moment. Just let the legs be soft, let the hips be open. For every moment that you have to squeeze your legs together today, this is that moment where they just get to relax and be in a different position. we're going to come back to the breath because that's what we're doing today, a breath exercise. We're breathing in and we're breathing out, and we're doing our best to stay connected to that every moment. We find ourselves right here in this park, on our mats, in our bodies, breathing. And everything else is a bonus. You might feel a little breeze on your skin, you might even feel a little sun on your face. Just take it all in. Let every one of your senses come alive right now in this moment. We'll take one more breath here. And then slide your feet out a little further. Just take them a little bit away from you. And then we'll bow our heads toward our feet. So the knees are still open, the feet are still together, they're just a little further away. And then you can round your back and fold forward. And here maybe we turn away from our five senses. And we try to turn our attention inward. We breathe. And we start to feel, we start to listen. We listen to what's happening internally. And so we have options all the time to tune into what's happening around us or to tune into what's happening within us. And both are really valuable. And both should have equal time. Let's go ahead and take another breath here and open your mouth, let out a little sigh on the exhale. And then we'll rise up slowly, draw the knees up and into the belly, and then safely and slowly guide yourself down onto your back. As soon as you lay down on your back, go ahead and let your legs open again. Feet together, knees drop, open wide. And this time the arms reach up over the head. And then can you soften a little bit more? And we've been feeling throughout the practice moments where we felt this nice tone and firmness on the inner body, but a softness in the outer body. But right now, can we be soft in both? Could you give up some of that action internally? Create some softness around all of the vital organs, deeper into the joint structures. Draw your knees back together. Let's pull the knees to the belly and give ourselves a nice soft spinal twist. Legs can go to the right, hips go to the right, and heads turn to the left. And again, an attitude of gentleness. Feel the movement of the breath go a little deeper. Let it spread out a little further in the body. Keeping that breath as your priority. A place to put your mind. One of the most challenging things we learn from yoga is steady focus. To direct the mind in one direction, one point. And hold our attention there for any period of time. And it's a practice because the mind wants to be busy. And even when we try to stay focused, we notice that the mind wanders. And so we continue to circle back. Let's go ahead and draw the knees up and back into the center and then over to the left side. Soft through the waist, soft inside, and really focus on the breathing. Watch the breath come in, watch the breath go out. Notice all the parts of your body that move with your breathing. So our attention just continues to go more deeply inward. If there's any stretching or moving or anything that you feel like your body needs right now in this moment, go ahead and take it. And then just give yourself maybe 1 minute to do that, and then we'll find our way into our sacred rest. I love the variety of things that we're seeking in our bodies. We've got the burrito karani, we've got some happy babies, we've got some rocking and rolling, and some of us have already found our way into Shavasana. So eventually we will all let our bodies settle into stillness. Nice and slow. Start to reintroduce your breath. And as the breath starts to move through you, you may notice thoughts coming through or a desire to move your body. And so we allow all the parts of ourselves to a comfortable seat. Yoga is kind of like a way of coming home, back to ourselves, back to remembering who we are. It's so easy to be pulled out by the external circumstances of life, by the energies all around us. Always designed to take our attention, right? We have come into a time of information overload. I think now more than ever it's important for us to learn how to turn inward, to just, I'm not saying detach completely from life, I'm saying live in life fully, be aware of how much is going on around you, and then know that there's a time and a place to turn in, so that your barometer, your moral code, the essence of who you are, remains and isn't so influenced by the stress and the wonder of everything that's going on outside. And the key is the breath. Every once in a while, just stop, right? Pause and breathe and just notice how you feel. It's like a way to check in so that we never forget and we always remember who we are. Let's close our practice today with the beautiful and sacred sound of Om. Hands together with the heart. And breathe in with me. Open your mouth this time and allow the sound to come out. Like, don't be shy about it. Like, just as a big park, there's a lot of people. Just let our voices rise together and create a really beautiful and magnificent sound. So breathe in with me. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, perfect peace. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May the actions of my life and all of our lives somehow contribute to that happiness and to that freedom for all. May we always use our yoga for good. May we remember that our breath is literally our life companion. It is our greatest tool for re-regulation and for remembering who we are. When you seem to be in a moment where you forget, or you think something separate from you has defined you, come back to your breath. You are so much more than any illness or any stress or any celebration or any challenge that you may be facing. The wholeness of who you are remains inside of you, always. Let us always remember. Namaste. Happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out. As always, the clipboards are up here, and not many people signed in, so please come up and sign in on the sign-in sheets for the city. I have only one announcement today. It is an event, and I have a team of people here today that could actually talk to you about it, so you don't have to only come and talk to me. But next Sunday, right, it's Sunday the 28th, next Sunday at the Aloft Hotel in Delray, there's an event called Om Together for a Cure, and it's our community coming together. All the proceeds are going to Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It is in honor of my two friends right here, Lisa and Amy, and their daughters have put this event together to honor them as they are bravely living with this challenge and doing yoga to keep themselves remembering, right? And so if you're interested in coming, all the details are here. I have flyers and postcards coming up. See us. Let's talk about it. There's going to be vendors there. It's going to be a beautiful day, and it's all for a good cause. I hope that you will join me there. Yoga, meditation, shopping, community. What else could we want to do on a Sunday, right? So come on up and get the information. Clipboards are here to sign in. If you're not getting emails from me, please come and give me your email address, and I will make sure you get on the email list. And I think that's all I got for you today. Have a beautiful day. You're welcome. Thank you for the donations. You're so sweet. Always so generous. Yeah. Thank you. Huh? You can take a picture of the card or the poster too, so you don't have to take the paper with you. Yeah, there's a barcode there that'll give you all the information. Hi, thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. And I have passes for the studio, as always. I even have one magnet left. I think I might actually take it home from my car. Mine fell off, or someone stole it. Yeah. Okay, so I have passes for the studio. If you have never come to Yoga Journey, please come and be my guest. Come and take a pass.